Welcome to Agenda Edina, a program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty. The City Council has set 6 priorities for work this session at the state capitol. Every year, the city adopts a state legislative platform which identifies changes in state law that may better achieve goals of the city and the community. Adopting a legislative platform allows City Council and staff to advocate for those changes.
So the legislative priorities are any policy changes or funding requests that we need state permission from to pursue. In the past, this has helped us get money for things like our Fire Station 2 that's going to have regional benefits, as well as things like sales tax exemptions for some of our projects.
The 6 priorities are bonding for interchange improvements at Minnesota Highway 100 and Vernon Avenue, West 50th Street, bonding for the Edina Aquatic Center funds to replace critical infrastructure in the facility's pool pump house, sales tax exemption for Braemar Park and Arena and Fred Richards Park projects, allowance to use allocated state bonding for Fire Station 2 construction, authority to expand eligible uses for the city's lodging taxes, and an extension of the 5-year rule to 10 years for the 70th in France and 72nd in France tax increment financing districts, and the ability to extend the terms of each TIF agreement subject to approval by the Edina City Council. When the districts were established, the developers were on pace to redevelop the sites with new commercial and multifamily housing. Increased costs of construction material, labor, and interest rates, along with limited private funding, are projected to remain until 2025, limiting the ability of the developers to move forward with the projects. The city's legislative platform also includes more than 40 positions in the areas of general government, affordable housing, environment and sustainability, transportation, and public safety. At its first work session this month, the City Council will meet with state legislators to advocate for the city's priorities and positions. Pa Tao has been named the city's new finance director.
I think what makes Pa a great candidate for this job is really all of the experiences that she had prior to coming to work for our city. She worked for the city of Brooklyn Park. She worked for a private accounting practice. She also worked for the state for a little while. All of those experiences together made her a very well-rounded candidate, and we think that's going to be really helpful to her as she assumes the leadership of that department.
An active member of the executive leadership team, the finance director establishes functional policies, makes tactical decisions within overall strategic direction, and provides oversight for the city's budget and capital improvements. The finance department is composed of 10 staff members and includes the utility billing division.
I'm super excited for this new role. It's been a career aspiration of mine. I've been in government for all over 12 years, so I'm super excited. Right off the bat, I understand I have a fairly new team, and being able to be a mentor to all of them, as well as providing educational and training opportunities to them, is a great, it's one of my goals.
Tao succeeds Alicia McAndrews, who recently relocated to Idaho with her family. It's been a mostly snow and ice-free winter so far, but there are likely still going to be plenty of times when you may need to put salt on your driveway or sidewalk. While that may help prevent injury to pedestrians and vehicles, it may be injuring our fresh water resources, infrastructure, and property. Here's Edina TV's Tom Cornell with ideas on how and why to reduce de-icing salt use.
Here's your order.
Who doesn't like a little salt on their French fries? But we all know there can be a little too much of any good thing. And the same is true for our driveways, roads, and sidewalks.
De-icing salts are commonly overused. It's possible to use less salt and maintain that level of safety.
For some time, the city of Edina has been working to reduce the use of salt and chloride on city streets. In fact, from 2016 to 2022, Public Works salt trucks have delivered 30% less salt while plowing snow.
The first thing we have is a proclamation.
And now the city is working to help residents and businesses do the same.
Now, therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Edina, do hereby proclaim January 22nd to the 26th, 2024 as Winter Salt Awareness Week.
1 teaspoon of salts permanently pollutes 5 gallons of fresh water.
9 Mile Creek and Minnehaha Creek are already elevated in their chloride levels, and it can harm aquatic life, it can contaminate groundwater, and salt is also corrosive, so it can damage infrastructure, property, and landscaping. In a typical residential driveway, about a coffee cup or less is all you really need. In a space like this, it's probably 1 or 2 coffee cups is enough salt. There should be space in between the granules, and by using the right amount of salt, you can save money, you can promote sustainability, and you don't have to compromise safety.
Yep. A little salt goes a long way, which is true in most situations. For Edina TV, I'm Tom Cornell.
Although Salt Awareness Week is past, you can still learn more about it and how to reduce your salt use by contacting Water Resources Manager Jessica Vanderwerf Wilson. And no salt-laden fries were consumed in the making of this video. Yuck. Thank you for watching this episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.